Ciao YouTube. Promised you a workout video. So I'm just going to do upper body on my bench. But you can grab a chair or any stable grounding. So I'm just going to start off with, first of all, we're going to be using 8 pounds, 5 pounds. It's just going to be light, something for you to do at home. And I have my 10-pound kettlebell. Now, depending on how I'm using my shoulders and the rotations, because you want to, especially when you're doing your shoulders, you want to go with the movement of your joint. This is as far back as you can go without knocking your shoulder out of its socket. And you have to keep in mind of the joint load, like just how much you're loading your joints with. Your shoulders especially are very delicate. They don't need to be carrying heavy weights and doing these crazy rotations and pushing yourself beyond your range of motion. You're just going to injure yourself and not strengthen yourself, and it's just going to be shitty and not be of any benefit to you. So light weights for your shoulders are okay, I promise you. You can still get them strong and popping. So depending on if I'm doing raises, front raises, lateral raises, shoulder press, I'll be using a different weight for each one according to the range of motion that you are capable of doing naturally because of the way your shoulder joint moves. So I'm just going to go with that and just follow along. So right now, I'm grabbing my 8s. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing shoulder press. Back straight. Neck straight. Don't be doing this, any flopping. Keep everything sturdy and rigid. And shoulders, your arms should be lateral to your spine. And then push up. 90 degree. Up. 3, 4, 5. Slow and controlled. 6, 7, 8. Before you let go down, drop or push up. Don't drop down. Push up. 11, 12, 13. Push. 14. And push. 15. That's what I do. Sometimes I do 17, 23, 27. It depends. For some reason I always usually end on an odd. It's my thing, I have to do that. Usually I do 17 or 27 reps in a set. So a shoulder press. So when you're doing that, or anything that you're doing, slow and controlled, every single thing needs to have a purpose for what you're doing. You need to be sturdy, rigid, everything has to be controlled. You've got to feel your contractions. Shoulder press, for example, don't get lazy, hold it. Don't let your wrists flop. 90 degree. Push up. Come down. Before you just kind of release, don't let yourself get this far till you release and you lose your contraction. Come down. The second you go there, push back up. You want to keep your shoulders in that contracted state, just like your biceps, your triceps, any muscle you work. Don't get sloppy at the end of your movement. Keep it rigid. Always come right back up and push. Don't go rest and then flop back up and then flop back up. Always keep it hard. Yeah, keep it hard. That's funny shit. Okay, so next I'm going to be grabbing fibers. And so I got room. Okay, good. My chair's not in the way. So we're just going to be doing back on your chair, back straight, spine straight. Keep your core tight. Head straight. Laterals. Now, because this is a very delicate, you can feel it when you're doing your shoulders. No, I'm not counting because I'm explaining. That you can feel that the lighter weight can give you a more range of motion and you're still getting things done because the shoulder is not built for a heavy load. It's just not. Okay? Come up. Come up. All right. So usually for laterals that are extended like that because they take so much pressure on the joint being out like that, I'll always use a 5. When I do fronts, I would use a 5. Anything that's close like this, I'll probably use my 8s and maybe 10s sometimes. But anything that's like freeing out or really putting a load out, I lower the weight because it's just too damn much for your shoulder. And I'm pretty sure the next day you'd like to be able to work out your upper body again and not be in the hospital. So I'm grabbing my 8s. Okay, now we're going to do biceps. Back in your chair, your bench, whatever you're using. Core tight, rigid, everything straight. Now your upper arms here are going to be completely aligned with your spine, straight to the side of your body. And up, squeeze. Don't let go. Up, squeeze. And squeeze. Don't forget to pay attention to the rest of your body. Don't let your core flop out. Keep it tight. Squeeze. Slow and controlled. And squeeze. Okay, so another tip. When you're at the end of your last, when you're on your last rep, try to come up and then hold your contraction, squeeze for a couple seconds, then let go. Try to do that for everything that you do. That's helpful. Okay, so now we're going to do, what shall we do? Yeah, okay, so again, using my 5s, I'm going to do shoulders. Okay, back straight, sides aligned with your spine, 90 degrees here, core tight, neck out, straight. Now, keep your body in its proportions. Try not to lose your core. Try to remember everything that you're supposed to be doing while you're doing this movement. Back straight, 90 degree, up, slow and controlled, up, don't let go, and come back up. Squeeze, squeeze. The slower and more controlled you go with good posture, you're going to get much more out of your workout because it's going to be properly done and you're gauging those muscles properly. Up and up. And last one, hold. Okay. Okay, so next one, we'll do biceps. And then we'll do tricep for the sake of this because we're seated. Although I don't like doing my triceps, but we got to keep them in shape still. Okay, so we'll do 8s. I always got to think for a second. We'll do 8s. Biceps. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're just going to angle out to the side more. So instead of coming up straight, we're going to angle out a little bit. Hit the other head side of the bicep, okay? So down, back straight, core tight. Pay attention to your head. Try to keep all of these things in your mind while you're doing your motions. Try to keep into a habit of being aware of the rest of your body. And come up, angle out, down, squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze. Don't drop, come right back up, squeeze. Keep your core tight. Squeeze. I'm going to say 7, 8, squeeze, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, hold, release. If you're not getting a little bit of a sweat, something wrong with you. Just kidding. But drink water if you have to. I need water. I always need water. Another thing, once you're done your workout and you start going like, you know you did a good job when you can't pick up your glass and shit's shaking everywhere. Or you done leg day and you're bambying it everywhere, like trying to get to like your house or something. That means you did good. Means you worked your shit and you done good. So if you don't have a kettlebell, I usually do, whenever I do my triceps, like once or twice a week, maybe, yeah, usually once or twice a week, because I hate doing them, like I said, because they're like, ah. Okay, so if you don't have kettlebell, that's how I do them. Now you can use a dumbbell. Just sit up in your chair more, because if you got a backing, you're just going to knock your backing out by doing this motion. So take your dumbbell like this, come back straight, and you're going to press up. Now make sure your elbows are at a 90 degree and you're not coming up like this and just moving all your stuff around. Keep this part rigid. That doesn't move. Aligned with your head, and just the hinging motion. Down, and up, and squeeze, okay? That's what you're going to be doing if you're using a dumbbell. You can use the 5 or the 8. It's up to you. If you're going to do a longer reps, say you do like 15, and you're already just like starting out or whatnot, you're probably going to be a bit sore. So do a lighter weight so that we're able to carry on here, because we don't want you burning out. So I'm using kettlebell. You can use dumbbell. Let's start. 1, squeeze, and squeeze. Pay attention to your wrists and your back and your core and your neck. Face forward, squeeze, squeeze. You can even do pulsating motions on most of your exercises, being squeeze, 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 squeeze. Or the full one, squeeze. Keep going. About around here, you'll start to feel that tricep burn because you're using a lighter weight. Lighter weight, okay, example. I'm using my 10, my kettlebell, okay? So for me to feel the burn in my triceps with a 10er, I have to do a little bit more, add a bit more reps. So say maybe around, for me, if I'm going to stick with this weight for my workout on my triceps or any upper body thing, I just got to add more reps so that I feel the burn more. So if you're using a 5 and you're doing your triceps, and say you do like 15 reps, you're not going to really feel your burn as much at all because it's a lighter weight, so you're going to have to put more reps in. If you use 8 while you're doing your triceps, it's a heavier weight, so you can do a little bit less reps because it'll take less time for you to feel that burn because you're using more weight. So you don't have to add in so many reps. So if I'm doing these, say maybe 15 with an 8 or a 10, I'll feel the muscle contraction and the burn a lot faster than when I'm doing a lighter weight, because then I'll have to do more reps to feel that burn. So if I'm doing 8 pounds or 10 pounds and doing 15 reps, I'll feel the burn. If I use 5 pounds and do 15 reps, I'm not going to feel as much. Okay? So if you're a beginner and you're just trying to figure everything out and trying to figure out your weights, that's great. Let's say once you hit 15 reps, 1, 2, 3, do 15 of those on any given weight. And if you hit your 15 and you feel that burn in any one of your muscles, it's pretty much a good weight for you. If you're using something like a 5 and you hit your 15 reps and you're not really feeling much, up the weight. Or else you're going to have to keep upping your reps just to feel the equivalent burn when you could have just used a heavier weight and got it done with quicker. Make sense? I'm sweating. Love it. Okay. We did triceps. Now we are going to go to our 5s, okay? Do not go higher than a 5 for this. We are going to be doing front raises, shoulder. Okay. Back straight. Get that piece of strand of hair out of your eyes so it doesn't stab you. Okay, so now we're going to go back straight, core tight, neck out, come forward. I want to put your legs down to the side or else you'll just keep knocking them. So up, 2. Go very slow and controlled. If this hurts your shoulder, because sometimes I can't do the front because I have a shoulder injury, just don't go up so high out of the motion. If you're having problems with this, get a lighter weight. There's a 3-pounder and a 2-pounder that you can get that's lighter than this 5, because still sometimes if you got a problem with your joint, doing front raises with even a 5 is too heavy, and doing side raises with a 5 is still too heavy of a load on your joint if you're having already issues. So go buy a 3 or a 5 or a 3 or a 2-pounder for these. But for anybody else, if you can do it, even just come up halfway and up and up. If you're capable of coming up parallel to your shoulder this way, then go for it. We'll go 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm only going a little bit because, like I said, I have a shoulder problem. And we'll stop there. Now, while you're doing this, again, pay attention to your core and everything else that your body's supposed to be doing. A lot of times when you're doing something, let's say shoulders. You're coming up and you're supposed to have your back here nice and rigid, abs tight, neck straight. Then you're doing this. Somewhere along the line, your focus of keeping this motion kind of lets your gut flop out. Then you're like, your neck starts to come down, and you look like this. Okay? While you're doing your motion, make sure you're paying attention to the rest of your body. Always. Okay? So now I want to do a kind of a doubled motion workout. I'm going to be hitting 2 things. So just grab your 5s for this because we're going to be doing a shoulder and a bicep, and it's a flowing motion. You don't want to be dropping your dumbbells to grab the 8s or higher one when you're doing your bicep. Just stick with the 5s because we want to watch your shoulders. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing shoulder press, down, reverted, into biceps. Okay? 2 birds with a 1 stone. Let's go. Squeeze, down, biceps. Come up, push, down, squeeze. Right away, up, push, down, squeeze, bicep, shoulders, and squeeze. Push, slow and controlled, feel it, squeeze, and push up, down, and squeeze. Now, when you're coming down here, don't go like blah, and then go meh, okay? So say you're coming down, down, squeeze right away, up. Keep every contraction you have going. Don't let anything loose. Don't let anything go. Keep everything tight. And squeeze. Squeeze. Push. Squeeze. Push. Okay? Now don't tell me that didn't feel good. That was some good shit right there. Okay. So there's one other one I'm going to show you. And it's a doubled motion also. Woo! Give you a show. So we're going to use our 5s also. Okay? Alright? So another one. If you need water, and I bring it up because that needs me some water. My arms are like... Alright. Forgot what the hell I was doing. What was I doing? Ah, yes. 5ers. And this. And then put this dumbbell, 1 dumbbell, on your chair. Hold it with your legs. And then go right into a tricep. And that just smuckered me the back of my chair here. So watch that. Move up if you can. I just don't want to drop my dumbbell. Okay, so here we go. Straight. Down. Let go. This is more or less for, woo, my belly. So this is more or less because it's not so, you know, controlled like this. It's basically like doing this, drop 1, then go here. So you're not really focusing too much on your muscle. I'm focusing on getting your arms in a range of motion where they're moving. Just get your joints warmed up and moving. And then triceps. And down. Okay? Now, anything that you do, you need to warm up these joints. You can pair all these exercises together. Just use your 5s and just do this, drop 1, come down. Just try to use everything that I've shown you. And even for yourself, just try to pair things together slowly. Don't try to do all these motions at once. Go slow. Put it down. Go. Okay, you can pair up all these things and see what you can get. A majority of these things have to do with range of motion. If you're going to be doing this last one like I did and pairing it with other things, those are range of motion based exercises just to get things going. Okay? Everything else we've done before, I'm pretty sure you feel a burn in most of your muscles right now. Just keep in mind all the tips that I've told you. Keep in mind what your body is doing while you're doing these movements. And I'm pretty sure you'll get yourself a good workout. If you're not sweating a little bit, you'll need to push harder. Just kidding. I'm pretty sure you're doing great. So I'm just going to go now. And drink your water. Always drink your water. Even if you gotta stop right now in the middle of things, drink your water. Summer's coming. It's freaking warm. Okay, I'm out. I hope that was a helpful little home workout on a chair or a workout bench. Anything that's stable, anything with wheels, please don't use. I'm not liable for you flipping over with dumbbells all up in your face, okay? So please use everything that's stable. Okay? Ciao, YouTube. Bye-bye.